Hey guys, welcome back to Jesse Invests. Today I'm going to be looking and diving into my net worth for the month of June. We're going to look at where I'm at with my assets, my liabilities, what debts I have, what assets I have, investments I have, things like that. So without further ado, hit that like button down below, hit that sub button, it helps me out a lot. Yeah, so also I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have a brand new camera. Super excited about that, and trying to just grow the devices and stuff I use to record, like the hardware, over time as I can. All right, so compared to May, my net worth was 14.9K, right about 15K. We are approaching 17K for June, which is super awesome. So 16.8. My assets are up by 5,000, so 31K instead of 26. My total liabilities are 14K in debt versus 11K in debt previously. So thousands more in debt, but even more thousands in assets. So we just kind of increased both numbers in a positive way. As far as cash and bank accounts, went up from $1,400 to $6,000. The main thing contributing to that really is my Robinhood savings account grew so much, and that is because I started school. So I have some student loans that I took out, and that I'm keeping that money inside my savings account right now because they are interest-free student loans until I leave school. So my plan for 4 years of college is take those free student loans and use them to make interest off of, or even pay off high interest debt with them, and basically just use that money in a way that is really efficient and hacks the fact that I don't have to pay interest on it until I leave school. Okay, so, and that's something that's like a that's like a rich dad poor dad thing right there. I feel really proud of that. Like, that's how wealthier people think. When you get a loan, that you don't owe taxes on that money because that is debt. That check is debt. When you take a loan, that check is debt, so it is tax free, and usually there's interest on it. In this case, there's not until I leave school. So for 4 years, I have the chance to make more off that money than the interest I will have to eventually pay. If I can take that in the next 4 years and make money off that money in a super conservative, of course, guaranteed way, like sitting it in treasury bonds. I'm not talking like go gamble it on black or something like that. If I can take that student loan money and very conservatively, super safely make more money than the interest, it's a net win for me. All right, investments. So I have 20,000 invested, not much more invested now than last month. I have 6,500 in a 401k. I have $9,500 in my Roth IRA. Also, for context, guys, just real quick, I am 25. I am a single dad to a toddler, so that's kind of my life expense situation. I have some pretty expensive things I have to pay for, like daycare and things like that, but I don't have to pay for a significant other at this time. So, and I'm 25, and I'm starting college now, so late but better than never. So that's the situation I'm in. So full-time student, single dad, full-time employee, so juggling those things. But okay, so $10,000 Roth IRA. I have $4,000 in my M1 taxable, $400 in crypto, and then I have $20 in my kid's 529 plan. I decided to just bite the bullet and just start it. Doesn't mean I have to contribute a whole lot. Just getting it open is half the challenge. So I was really excited just to get that open so I can have family members contribute into it for Christmas and birthday gifts and things like that. I think that it'll be something that I don't have to do alone, but family can help support and fill that up for him. So super excited about that. All right, properties and cars. So I still have my 2020 Hyundai Accent. It actually went up by $10 in value in the past month. I don't understand how car value works, but that's pretty cool, I suppose. Other assets down by $100. Gold fell by about $100. So that's that. Liabilities. So I have 3,000 more in debt this month, and that is because a lot of my credit card balances got paid off. That's pretty good, except I accumulated a pretty big balance on this one card. So something I had said in some past videos, and I will continue to do, is consolidate my debt. Instead of having, like you can see the last couple months, like having a 2,000 on this card, 500 on this card, I'm really trying to next to completely stop using most of my credit cards, consolidating them all into one until I get a better grip on my credit card spending, and then maybe reevaluating the other cards. So that's why right now I've ran literally just one transaction on each of my credit cards. This one has a higher cost of subscription on it. That's why it's a little higher. But then really ran everything else on my Robinhood Gold card. So I'm trying to just consolidate things there. As far as long-term debts go, the 2020 Hyundai, it still has $10,000 owed on it. So that's the car just from up here that is worth $2,600. I owe $10,000 on it. That's one of the hugest red flag top account risks I have. So that's like such a top priority for something to pay off once I get a hold of like the credit card debt and stuff like that. So then as far as subsidized student loans go, I have had no student loans because I have not been in school. But as of this month, I have a $1,100 student loan so far. There are more pending, but as of right now, it's $1,100 approved. And that is money I will eventually have to pay back. But I do not have to make payments toward and do not get any interest penalties for missing payments all the way until I graduate school in 4 years. So that is exciting because it is like fronted money at no current upfront cost, like I was saying earlier. But all in all, that is a net worth increase. You guys can see I jumped up here to here, making steady progress throughout the year, considering we started the year at 12 grand and we're up to 16 halfway through the year. At this rate, we could be at $20,000 net worth by 2027. So I'm very excited about that. I will show you guys the net worth graph. So also this sheet is available in the link down below in the description just for joining the Discord. There should be spots still open, I believe. You can hop in there. You can download all these spreadsheets I use in my videos for free right now. Super great value there. Okay, so my net worth is rising here. This chart is pretty linear. We can see this here. It's pretty awesome. The chart is actually predicting that at this rate I'll hit 20 grand by September, October. That's awesome. And then I do want to share with you guys, just for transparency, my liquid cash, which is cash to credit line ratio. In this calculation, I did not count the extra several thousand that I have in my savings. That's student loan money, because I'm not planning to use that on day-to-day average spending. So I didn't count that in this equation. But what this line does is it tells me whether I'm afloat or I am in the negative on my credit card spending. So we can see that as of May, I was just above the line. So I was spending on my credit cards just a little bit less than I had in real money. So I had a little bit more in cash to back up my credit card spending. In June, I dipped under that line. So if all my credit cards were suddenly due today, I would have, let's see here, I'd be missing $381 to pay them all off. So currently today, I am overspending by $381. Like my quality of life is $381 more than I can afford. So this is something I have been working on making steady progress towards. Made pretty good progress these last couple months from February to April, and then started to come down again. This is just a constant struggle, I think, with everything just being so expensive, with inflation and just all the costs going up. It's just really, really hard to get on top of this. This is a really just brutally honest metric of what it's like to, like I said, full-time student, full-time working, single dad, being able to afford what you need without relying on credit cards is tricky, and I keep going back and forth. But I'm very thankful that I am in the situation I am, being able to afford what I can afford and live the life that I can live. And I can get a grip on this by trying and drop my quality of life. Going to Target once a month instead of, at half the time I shop, stuff like that. Or like maybe not buying a new computer, keeping the one that runs kind of good because I need that money for something else. So things like that. But I appreciate you guys watching. Hit that like button down below, hit the sub button down below. It would mean a lot to me. Again, all the spreadsheets I use are free in the Discord down below. If you want to show support, down in that link, there's also the ability to support me on my Patreon, or just buy me a cup of coffee for saying I appreciate the video and hanging out with me. Shows it means a lot. So appreciate you guys, and have a great one.